IVM.
कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen yaar, don't be so conservative. Yes, Cyrus Says is the show's name. Apparently, I am the guy who does the show because my name is Cyrus and they couldn't find another one. There are many though. Before I introduce Prajakta Kohli, who's worth crores and millions of dollars and, will tell us about a payment of GST last year, despite all the stuff that's going on in the world. I want to quickly mention that now we are in a proper lockdown, which is called no lockdown, but it's not a full lockdown, but it's a lockdown. That's clearly what the message was from Uddhav Thackeray. My vote has now gone to BJP and it will stay with BJP for a long time. Also because now they are pushing for indigenous dogs, our desi dogs and cats. I'm very happy for that. Asking people to go around and adopt them. So Indians, in the part of being Indian and being desi and buying desi, but buying is the wrong word, but looking after desi products, look after Indian doggies and catties. That's the message. So with these two wonderful movements, right-wing party BJP has almost convinced me to vote for them. And former right-wing party, which has become more liberal, Shiv Sena, has disappointed me with the lockdown and fear and conservatism. So at the moment, Cyrus Bocha's vote is right here. Mr. Fadnavis, call me later after the show. We'll discuss whether I should give it to you or not.
Whether you're an established sports person or a budding one, or simply a sports enthusiast, join us, Tanvi and Shlok.
We are two passionate pro badminton players talking policy, mindset, and everything sport.
So tune in to the Millennial Athlete every Monday.
Only on the IVM Podcast Network.
Trust us, it's gonna be lit.
Enough of that. Let's introduce my lovely guest, Prajakta Kohli, YouTuber and actress is what the biodata says. But more interesting is she's one of the richest people in the world. At least that's what I've got here in the information.
How? And if I am, where is my money?
Forbes India's 30 under 30 list. Wait, and Entrepreneur India 35 under 35. Okay, it's like those champion swimmers and all when we were young, who they would win in every age group. Under 9 she won, under 11 she won, under 30 a little spittly girl like that would win all the awards. So obviously we won't discuss how much it is. No, that's very unfair and not right. Plus the complex it'll give the people working on this podcast and listening, that won't be right. You're all struggling with this stupid lockdown. By the way, before we start about your lovely life, lockdown for you?
A little more prepared than last year. Last year we went in super uncertain, very, very scared. This time slightly more relaxed than I was last year because I know my way around life. Just last year to laga tha ki bas khatam, ab to kuch hone nahi wala hai. Like everything's going to come to a halt, but a little more hopeful I feel than last time.
But are you planning to go out, enjoy and all that? How do you break the lockdown?
How?
We need to revolt now.
I'm the most paranoid person you will meet. Like even before anything was announced, I had already packed my bags and I was in home. I was like, I want to sit at home and work.
Indian men are unhygienic, I give you that, but this is overreaction, I feel. Really. So you're going to be alone? Prajakta, who's in the house? There's a plant.
I live with my parents, so Mama and Baba are with me. And last year, in fact, after a really long time, I actually got to spend a lot of time with them at home, which was quite nice. So I'm looking forward to doing that again.
Hey, you said Baba, so that means you're Maharashtrian Kohli, not Punjabi Kohli.
Maharashtrian. So my mum is from Delhi.
Original community of Mumbai. Number 1, followed by Parsis, number 2.
The tribals of Mumbai.
Please tell Shiv Sena we are 1 and 2. You and Parsis are 2. Okay, we are the real inhabitants of this city. We should be everything should be named after us.
Yeah.
Really.
So Mama is from Delhi, but Baba is from Mumbai.
Okay, that's fine. Now don't complicate things because the whole conversation will be about antecedents. So Chacha to yahan se nikla 1955 mein. Yeah. So, but you don't feel that? Am I the only one who feels that terrible fear that oh God, locked up, can't go anywhere, told what to do? You don't get that fear, anxiety?
So honestly, I have been quite the homebody, like growing up also. So I don't hate the fact that I have to sit inside my house in my pajamas and cook food, eat food, watch Netflix, work, take naps whenever I want to, take a shower if I want to, like things like that.
Prajakta Kohli is telling her YouTube population of millions that she showers only once a month during lockdown.
I did not say that. I'm just saying.
You said if I want to.
No, I'm saying कि जब काम पे जाना होता है तब तो मतलब सुबह उठ के नहा के
Correct.
निकलना पड़ता है. जब
And that's a professional bath.
yeah, but that's professional bath. When you're home, you can take an afternoon also. Like that can also happen.
And
I actually enjoy this being at home. I've never been a party person. I don't have a big group of friends that I go out with every weekend or things like that.
Speaking of baths, Prajakta, one sec, would you do the Shahi Snan, the royal bath in the Kumbh Mela? 28 lakh people bathed together. What's your take? That was on Monday evening. I'm not lying. 28 lakhs.
I saw those pictures and I was like, my paranoia has been peaking ever since. So many pictures. Gudi Padwa se pehle we saw pictures of Dadar market, of Thane market. And then the Kumbh Mela pictures came and then there were rallies and we saw those pictures. And I was like, are we not living in the same times? Like, do they not know? Like, it was scary. It was scary.
You and I have to get locked up, but they can have 28 lakh people bathing and 2,000 people sitting and canvassing elections and Gudi Padwa and every other celebration. I mean, you can't really push people away. So just putting it in perspective. Okay, listen, you've got too much to talk about. So let's avoid the first 50% of your life.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Huh? Too much. But first, let's talk a little bit about how you became an actress, because then I want to get into this whole other side of the humanist and activist that you are also, as well as a YouTuber. So how did Prajakta get into the business firstly?
As in, like, how did I start creating content?
Mm-hmm.
I was actually in 2014 is when I gave my final year examinations. And ever since I was in my 6th grade, I knew that I want to be a radio jockey. So there was no two ways about it, you know. I was never in a place where I'm like, okay, should I do this or should I do that? I always knew I want to be a radio jockey. I did a lot of theater and I did a lot of acting in school and college and stuff. I did it professionally also outside of college. But I was like, but that is not the goal. So why waste time at all? So I had my blinders on. So as soon as I finished college, I started interning at a radio station in Mumbai.
Which one?
I was working with Fever 104 FM.
That's the exclusive female one? No.
No.
There was something else.
No,
I remember there was one for a little while which was only women RJs.
Was it that one? The Meow FM?
Meow FM.
Yeah. So I started working there and very, very quickly I realized that, wow, this is a very tough thing and I'm not built for this and I could not.
What are you saying?
I couldn't. I was a horrible radio jockey. I was a production intern for the longest time. And then I don't know how, they gave me my own show. I used to do like a graveyard slot and it was a horrible show. Like I didn't have to wait for my boss to tell me that it's horrible. I knew it was horrible.
Why was it horrible?
I don't know. I just couldn't, I couldn't crack it. I first of all, I didn't know how it was to have a radio show because I never went live. It used to always be recorded. Everything used to be fake because we used to rig all the calls and everything for my show because रात को तो कोई होता ही नहीं था studio में. कितनी बार तो मैं भी बिना.
You know how many loafers there are in India who are up all night? You all didn't try hard enough.
I didn't. That's what I'm saying. I didn't try at all. Like I'd given up too soon. And at that point in life, I was like, oh, great. The one thing I've trained myself to do all my life, I suck at. So I was like, now what am I doing?
What did your parents and friends say?
So they were actually very supportive and they could see that I'm not having fun doing what I'm doing.
It was only you? No partner?
No, it was just me.
And so what was the idea of the show? You would just describe the songs, that kind of thing, or kuch baatcheet?
Yeah, I would just come, like my link would be 4 times in an hour. I would come talk a little bit about what is going on, talk about the song, and then fade the song in and leave. Like it was very small links, 10 second, 20 second links, not much. So that's when I met Sudeep, who's from One Dish Entertainment. He had come to the radio station and Bang Bang had released. So Hrithik Roshan had Sudeep was in Hrithik's entourage because they were promoting Bang Bang. And I remember going to Hrithik and, recording a very silly video for my Instagram. And Sudeep saw it and he was like, hey, you have great energy. Have you thought of making YouTube videos? And I was like, what is that? I don't know what that is. I don't know how to do that. And he's like, no, think about it. I said, listen, I'm already not making any money in radio. I said, don't tell me more ways of staying broke. I said, I'm fine. I'll do this. I'll get a job going ahead sometime in the future. He's like, here's my card. Just give me a call. Then I met him 2-3 more times and he's like, listen, you've still not given me a call. I said, yeah. And I was so hopeless in radio. So I was like, okay, let's give him a call. So I gave him a call. I met him. And those times I used to write a blog, which was very similar to on the lines of the content that I do, and I say, listen, fashion वगैरह मेरे से नहीं होता है. I said, I don't do beauty, makeup, fashion.
Lot of attitude for a young girl. I don't do this, I don't do that. मैं कुछ नहीं
No,
करता.
it was more reality check. I said, मेरे को आता ही नहीं है. My skill set is very limited. I said, but this I write and I like writing. So he's like, chal, okay, let's do this. And that is literally how it started.
And but you had an idea you'd be good at this, or you were just taking a chance now?
I was taking a blind chance. I had no clue. Because honestly, us time pe to nobody had a clue.
Right.
Ki what is going to happen to YouTube? What is going to happen to digital platforms? Nobody saw the internet overall as a platform just becoming this thing 5-6 years down the line. Nobody saw it.
But now you're part of Forbes India's 30 under 30 list. So obviously, I mean, it was a skyrocketing performance.
It was. I mean, I feel it's a constant.
You don't have to be modest. It's okay. The numbers are out there.
No.
You're like the Oprah Winfrey of our time, except better looking and younger. I don't mean that against Oprah Winfrey, but she's no beauty. Let's face it. Someone has to call it out. Yeah. Well, she's not there for her beauty. She was there because of her presence. Yeah. And a rather large presence. But that's not a bad thing either. Prajakta, let's focus on you. Huh.
I don't know what to say when you start.
So tell me about 30 under 30. I mean, from where to where? Just the other day, you're struggling with an RJ career where you suddenly lose confidence, don't want to do it. And then it's an interesting thing, actually, because you're almost literally going through a confidence crisis. And you cut to a few years later and you're top of the tree, which is just see how life can be so funny.
Yeah. That's exactly what I mean when I say that, I did not see this happening at all. Like, I remember when I first started my YouTube career, all I wanted was 30,000 subscribers because I thought that is the scope of my career. Like that's
why 30,000? Where's the number come from?
I don't know, but I just felt like 30,000 is a lot of zeros. I think it's ambitious. I put it on my vision board. I said, this I want to have in life. And nobody thought that, you could have 1 million or you could have 5 million or even more than that. I mean, we have creators with 100 million subscribers right now. And nobody saw this coming. So I was so blind into this. I mean, I think one of the things that changed when I started YouTube was, pehle growing up, I sort of planned every peg of my life. Like I knew exactly what I'm going to do. Like, okay, 10th, then 12th in arts, then mass media, then radio internship, then radio jockey. So, and I was obsessed with knowing what I'm going to do with my future. I think the one thing that changed when I started doing YouTube was I sort of let that guard down because I was like, okay, I want to take one every day as it comes. And that changed a lot of things for me.
In a way, you took the pressure off yourself, you're saying?
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to. Like so many people ask me, where do you see yourself 5 years down the line? I don't know. I said, no, we don't know where this is going to go. Why would I put a limitation on that at all?
Plus, there's COVID. let's not plan too much. But Sujay, what would you tell young people who want to start YouTube fandom like you have? Is there, because there is no one way, right? Otherwise, everybody would copy it. So, is there anything you can say to them? What would you say?
I think the one thing that has two things actually that have really worked for me personally is one, I started seeing an increase in the conversations that started happening, the engagement that started happening on my handles. When I sort of let go of all the filters and sort of became honestly just me. Because I remember when I started making content, I used to have horrible makeup. I had an accent for some reason. I've never left Thane in my life.
Oh, lovely.
I had an accent. I was like, all right, guys, so I'm going to be... So like all of that used to happen because I was so insecure about putting myself out.
I'm writing it down. First, get rid of accent.
Get rid of your accent. I think...
So you can't lie, basically. All the lying presentation has to go.
Yeah, like pretense is not going to get you very far. I mean, because as creators...
But I pretended through my entire marriage. 21 years, I think. I better check. Google somebody, kitna ho gaya?
Then you should tell how to do it. I feel like you have more to share.
No, because of COVID now, our marriage is back on track.
I remember listening to one of your episodes where you were pissed at your wife because she got pissed at you that you only washed one side of the plate.
Yeah, but what is wrong with that? Prajakta, my logic is very clear. It's not a joke. I'm saying we eat from the top, right? They started asking me to do the cleaning. So I said, why do you clean the bottom? The vessel sits on the table and then supposing the bhaji is here and you eat it, right? It doesn't go below, na? पीछे का side को touch नहीं करता है.
It's a fair point, though.
It's a fair point.
It's a fair point.
Got so angry with me. I'm like, if that's 50% less work straight away. See, I'm built for working less in a good way. Why should people work more? That's just being unintelligent. Yes, it's called efficiency. If I had a German accent, you'd say great. No, treat us badly. Okay, so listen. Then you became a big star. But you then moved on to this other side to you, which is this no offense project and things like that. How did that all start?
So I remember in 2016, I think a year and a half into creating content on YouTube, World Mental Health Day was coming up. And, I started noticing a lot of comments under my videos saying, I was dealing with something, but your videos helped me. Or I used to get emails saying, Prajakta, my family and I, we watch your videos and that has helped us get through that.
Wow.
And that was quite a moment. For me, honestly, where I was like, oh, like that is when I actually understood the scope of impact that we had as creators at that time, because a lot of young people were paying a lot of attention online and just begun. So I remember talking to the team. I said, World Mental Health Day is coming up. Why don't we just do a call to action? Ki chalo, here's an email ID. Write to me. Because anonymously you can write to me and let it out.
What if they say they want to commit suicide or something? What are you going to say
I
then?
got so many mails from young kids as young as 9 years old, 8 years old, talking about how they are suicidal because they are dark skinned or they are fat, or their parents think that they'll never get married, or they're not as good looking as their younger sister, things like that. And it was just heartbreaking. I remember we got about 8,500 emails in the first week. And I was just so overwhelmed with everything. I was like, I don't know what to do with this. And I knew that it was physically impossible for me to reply to each and every one of them. And I'm not a therapist.
Exactly.
I'm like, I'm not in the space to give them advice, So I was
and
like,
it could backfire, no? If you say something and they still get upset.
So I was like, I'm not in the space to give them advice about this because I'm not going through what they are going through. So I was like, how can I as a creator sort of make this conversation happen, but at the same time not make it preachy, but still sort of get like a movement going with body positivity. And that's when Shameless, that was the first song that I did, which was against body shaming. That's when that came out first. When I was like, if they groove to the song, if they like the beats, if it's a little funny, because I do comedy content, I've always thought that comedy is a great vehicle to sort of get messaging through. And I'm sure you know that. I mean, you've done that so much.
I don't like to send any messages. I do comedy only because there's nothing else to do. I wanted to be a Hindustani classical trained singer. And unfortunately, that didn't work out. I had a very good chance when I was younger to take classes and all that. I didn't do it because there was no AC. I have certain issues, with art. You can't just go and die of heat. How can your art prosper? But one second before we come back to that.
Yeah.
So you're dealing suddenly with these heavy issues. I remember in Loveline, we had to do that on MTV also. And suddenly when the suicide letters come out, you start feeling scared, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, I'm having fun chatting with someone. But now it's beyond my capacity. And if I say something silly and he does something silly, it's sort of be my fault.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm not taking his problems seriously or I'm just being flippant or whatever.
Yes.
So I'm just suddenly...
Also, I don't think when someone tells you that they're suicidal, you can say like, it's going to be fine.
How can you say that? Yeah.
You can't say that.
Yeah.
So I think another thing that we did at that time was that we got a few professional counselors and therapists and psychiatrists to come on board. And we sort of gave those numbers out saying, you should really talk to a therapist. You should talk to this person. You should talk to people who are qualified to talk to you. So that had happened, and that's how Shameless first happened. And the reaction that we got to Shameless was amazing. Everybody liked it. Everybody liked the fact that, and I personally, it was growing up, I was very skinny, very, very skinny. And I used to hate my body for that. I used to feel like, what is this? I don't like my body at all. And I got shamed for it all my life by people, friends and...
like, what would they say?
Haddi, bombil, hanger, mazak is okay for the first few years.
Proper sledging. Huh?
Yeah. But after a few years, it really gets to you on a very subconscious level. And I only realized that when we started working on Shameless. So a lot of my insecurities also I sort of got rid of through the song. So it was a journey for my audience and we both together. Then going ahead, No Offense, it was a Creators for Change project that YouTube assigned to me. And I was like, okay, great. Now I want to talk about cyberbullying. I want to talk about hate speech. I want to talk about homophobia. And that's how No Offense came about.
Wow. But can I ask you a question? Is it okay if I have a friend called Kunal who's really fat and I like to call him Fatty and make fun of his fat?
But that's the thing. I feel like, that is exactly what I want to talk about as to why are we trivializing basic adjectives, you know what I'm saying? If it is,
but it's only happiness I get making him feel bad.
No, I'm saying go ahead. If he's fat, call him fat, because if you won't think twice before calling someone thin, right? So I just
Be democratic. Abuse everybody is what you're saying.
no, I'm saying just take the power away from these words unnecessarily.
That I agree with that totally.
Yeah,
I
like
think
if someone
we
is
allow
wrong,
people to get to you. Yeah.
don't use it as an insult for them, because that is just pointless.
It's also sometimes it's a term of endearment. You can call someone Jadia, but you could mean it in a loving way. Literally.
I remember Kanis telling me that you get very pissed if someone tells you you've lost weight.
I get a little disappointed because I work very hard to keep my weight up, and I think they're trying to praise me and they don't realize they're saying the wrong thing. I don't want to ever look thin.
So when
That's
I
it.
told her that I might be doing this with you, she's like, please tell him that he's lost weight. He gets very, very pissed.
Yeah, that Kaniz, I tell you, I helped her so much in life. She was a struggling artist for 20 years. And I made so many phone calls and not one person picked it up, thank God. But she's doing really well on her own now. What are you drinking?
Water.
Oh, YouTuber of the year, millions of followers, all that money in the bank and just cheap bloody pani.
What else to drink?
By the way, can we go and buy stuff from the store or not? We can't, right?
I think essential services,
But you go yourself or what?
you can between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m.
So we can walk to the store and come back. They won't arrest
But
us.
I don't think the malls and all are open. So just like essential services.
Do I
Grocery.
look like a mall guy?
Aren't you? You're not?
I've never been to a mall except for work. When
What
there's
are
no
you
other
saying?
work
How
sometimes.
can you never go to a mall?
I hate shopping. Can't bear it. Prajakta, I suffer from a phobia. You put me in a shop, after 5 minutes I want to leave, and I'm always with people who don't want to leave. So it's very painful.
God.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shopping is not
this
my
the
thing.
first time you have a phobia of shopping.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm an impatient person. So for me, all these things get more and more difficult.
But
The whole
how
process.
do you shop then? You shop online.
I don't shop at all. I don't buy anything. I just do recycle clothes. I'm wearing a WSC t-shirt they gave me, Welfare of Stray Dogs. And I'm wearing an underwear which Kunal Vijayakar gave me. That's all I'm wearing. Underwear shorts. It's not that vulgar. Don't worry. I mean, otherwise I'll be arrested for having this conversation with a young girl with millions of followers. This old uncle misbehaving online. But before we take a quick break, I want to talk about these guys, all these names, and I've lost the names. One name, yeah, there they are. So you collaborated with several of the biggest global personalities like Susan Unpronounceable. What's her name?
Wojcicki.
Wojcicki. What kind of name is that?
She's the CEO of YouTube.
Oh, there goes my career. Wojcicki, what a lovely name. Really. Should have spent more time reading that. Russell Peters. Johan Blake, the athlete
Yes.
from Jamaica. See, I know someone.
Yeah.
Then Brie Larson, who is Miss Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
And Samuel L. Jackson, one of the greats. So what was that story? How did little old Prajakta, far away from in Thane, come all the way and meet these big superstars?
I remember Disney reached out saying, hey, are you a Marvel fan? I said, yeah. And they're like, okay, great. So Captain Marvel is releasing. Do you want to go watch the film? I was like, yes. Like, okay, do you also want to go meet Nick Fury and Captain Marvel? I was like, yes. So I remember they flew me to Singapore. I watched the film before it released. I was blown away. And then I got time to sort of go and shoot with Samuel L. Jackson and Brie Larson, both of whom were so sweet. Both of them were super, super sweet. Samuel L. Jackson complimented me on my jacket. And ever since, I'm like, okay, great. I want to wear this every day now.
What kind of guy? He wanted a girl's jacket to take home.
He didn't want it. He said it's a nice jacket.
And
Thanks.
Do they know anything about India?
Yes, he loved Bahubali.
Really?
Like, I really hope they make one more film so I can be in it. I said, oh my God. Yes, for sure. So he also spoke a couple of lines in Hindi that I taught him. Brie was super sweet. Brie has actually come to Pain, I think, in Maharashtra.
Really? To Pain?
Yeah.
Where the traffic jam happens on my way to Alibag. I hate that place.
I think so, yeah. I think she said Pain only. Yeah. I think she had come down here and she was here for a while. She'd gone to Konkan. And
Captain Marvel came to Pain. Sorry, I'm just telling my wife. Yeah.
And she's
Brie Larson. Sorry, I'm just telling my wife.
Konkan and she loves it here. She loves the food and things like that. Yeah, it was a very interesting conversation.
That's a slice of real India. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
And who else? What about Johan Blake? You play cricket for Jamaica. See, I'm into sports. So these people I know.
I was actually very, very, I was more sort of intrigued with talking to him about a couple things that were less about sports, but more about like discipline and things like that. Also being constantly compared to...
Usain Bolt.
Yeah. I was like, what a black out like that.
That's fine. No,
Yeah.
but that complex is huge. You're absolutely right. When you're under the shadow of some really iconic guy and you just
Yeah.
can't shake it off.
How
Must be,
to deal with
and
that?
they're both
Still
West
perform
Indians
well.
and all that, etc.,
Yeah.
etc. Jamaicans,
Still
yeah.
perform, every day, come and do your best and things like that. So
Yeah.
I was very interested in that. I want to talk to him about his discipline, things like that.
He
And
opened up about all that,
he
the
was
shadow
very
of Usain
sweet.
Bolt.
He was very, very sweet.
Because you're a young girl. If I was to ask you to punch me in the face.
I don't think that's true at all.
Yeah. So what an interesting life you've had. Do you ever think back and wonder that a girl who struggled to be an RJ and suddenly felt her life was just going nowhere, and then suddenly you're meeting all the movers and shakers of the world, and you're doing what you do? I think the only thing you've told us as a secret of a sort of success thing is that you just be yourself. That's what we basically got.
Also, I think consistency has helped my case a lot. There have been several incidents where I have reached a point where I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. But the fact that I kept doing it, I think is what sort of helped me get through a lot of rough patches.
So when you feel it's tedious, what do? Do you take a break?
It's weird that we talk about it because this week, for the first time in 6 years, I've actually taken a break from creating
What are
content.
you saying?
Yeah, for the first time.
You and the Maharashtra government both.
My hands were trembling when I was putting that video, post out yesterday that I'm taking a break from creating and uploading content on YouTube this week. I have never done it before. But it's a little, I'm not feeling very creative given everything that's going on around us right now. Like a lot of people in my close family and friends are struggling with health. And it's been a little tough on all of us. So I was like, you know what? It's okay. We'll get consistent a couple of weeks after this.
6 years, no break.
Yeah, this is
That's
the first week, and I'm feeling very weird even talking about it because I've never done that before. Like I could be vacationing. That's the best thing about my job, right? You could be anywhere around the world and you can still
do
create
it.
content.
Yeah.
So it's a little weird for me to digest that. Oh, there's no video coming out this week.
Okay, we'll keep posting this video so
Yeah.
that you don't feel bad. All right, let's take a quick break. Come
Yes.
back with Prajakta Kohli in 2 seconds. I heard about this amazing thing, the Cred Daily Jackpot. Have you guys heard of this? Okay, it's very simple. You go on the Cred app, you pay your credit card bills, win the Cred Daily Jackpot. It's so easy. So basically, it's on the 13th over of the second innings of every match, a daily mystery reward is unveiled. All right? And you could be the one who wins it. So download Cred. It's very simple. Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Bored Brocha. I'm so bored, I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me. Silvery, are you there? Silvery boy?
Hey, hi, good morning, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yep, all right, let's get to the AMAs.
She's taking a break after 6 years. We take
After
breaks
6
every
years.
2 days.
Okay.
48 hours is enough for like, say, both okay, let's just stop for some time. Wow. 6 years of sending videos out into the world.
It's quite crazy.
It's really odd that you didn't take a break though. I'm just thinking it must be tedious after some time.
I don't honestly, up until yesterday, I really didn't feel the need. It never really got to me in ways that it got to me yesterday. Where it has never happened before. And I was okay with it. Honestly, I knew that I would never push myself beyond a point that would break me. So when yesterday I felt like, okay, this is not a very healthy space for me to write and shoot creative content, like comedy content, I was like, it's fine. It's all right. It's a first, but it's okay.
What does your boyfriend say about this?
He's
mean,
okay only.
He expects you to work hard and earn the money.
He's the sweetest boy.
What does he do?
He's a lawyer.
Wow, what a nice combination.
Yeah, very different universes.
Very different. But you never know when it will come in handy.
Yeah.
Some controversial statement.
No, but he's always the one. He's reading all my brand contracts. He's going through all of those things. And he's always telling each, this is what this means. This is what that clause means. So it's nice to have a voice of reason.
God, I wish I had married a lawyer. Of course, I am a lawyer myself. But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm a 1-year LLB. Like my cousin Vinny, if you give me a book, I'll manage.
Oh.
There's no law that says you can't have a book. You take the book, law of torts or whatever law you're dealing with, and you sit there with the judge and you say, I'm representing Mr. Silvery in a case of drug smuggling.
Who is Mr. Silvery?
So Antariksh's real name is Silvery. He's launched his
it's
career
not.
as the Silver Surfer.
Antariksha, why is that your real name?
It's kind of a long story. Basically, my brother was born, and his pet name is Goldie. And when I was born, after that, there was a debate whether to call me Silvery or Richie. And I told Cyrus this for some reason, and since then, my actual
went with
nickname is
they went
Richie,
with
but
Richie.
I'm now Silvery for this.
So I
podcast.
felt
Silvery is a horrible nickname.
I know it's terrible.
Prajakta, they made a mistake. It should have been Silvery. So we're trying to correct it after years.
Silvery is actually, it breaks through the clutter also, if you think about it.
But your brother's name is Goldie and your Silvery. They go to a function. Hey, Goldie, aa gaya, Silvery, aa gaya, aaja, kuch kha lo. It makes sense. Goldie and Richie doesn't make sense. They don't sound similar at all.
But
So what's your pet name,
My
Prajakta?
pet name is Abu. That's the first word I said.
Abu.
And then Aladdin came out and everyone started thinking, I was like, oh, aren't you from Aladdin? So
But what kind of word was Abu?
that was the first word I said. I just, like, the first word, one of the first words I uttered was Abu, and my
Maybe
mom
Scottish. About, they say Abu. Right? My Scottish friend Silvery?
was like, great,
Yeah,
let's call
okay.
it this.
Yeah. Okay. Come on. Over
All
to you,
right.
sir.
yes, the first AMA question comes in from Rohit Pillai. He says, by the way, Prajakta, did you tell Cyrus that your youth was defined by watching Cyrus in MTV Bakra? I don't know if this is something you revealed.
No, but she said very nice things about her boyfriend.
Yeah, that's true.
No,
But
no,
he-
but we all
he's-
watched MTV Bakra. I'm talking about
Yeah.
Cyrus Says. He's a mass because he's from Nepal.
Oh,
So he didn't grow up watching the same television that I did in India.
right.
So he was really like, he fell in love with everything Cyrus Brocha on Cyrus Sense.
Oh, excellent. I've been to Kathmandu 3 times, by the way.
Yeah,
Which makes
I
me
love Kathmandu.
almost Nepalese. Lovely place. Lovely people here. Very nice.
Lovely food.
Yeah, everywhere you go, people are nicer. Why is that?
Yeah.
So Rohit's question is, do you guys think we have become too politically correct in everything?
Prajakta, politically correct. You have to be careful what you say. Now you're a big star. That means politically correct only. When your boyfriend's looking at checking things out and telling you this, that, and the other. Otherwise, you don't have no filters, right?
I mean,
If we were more free, there'd be no filters. We now have to check every time I say anything, especially in the bedroom. 'Cause my
That
wife's
is-
very strict.
that is true. I think that is true. I think right now, especially, I think one of the things that happened during lockdown last year, which was also very new for me, I'd never seen that before, is I suddenly got a lot of hate for things that I didn't predict would get hate. You know, very honest things that I said and I've been speaking about before. I think I got a lot of weird hate and that got to me a lot. So that, मतलब वही होता है ना कि दूध का जला दही भी फूक फूक के पीता है. So I think, and also, you know, I just feel like it's tough for everyone, right? Everyone online, offline, we're all coping. And somewhere, sometimes, if we choose to protect our mental peace before.
But what did you say that triggered off hate? What do you think?
What did I say?
What was the subject?
I had actually commented about how it's very annoying when we're sitting at a restaurant, and so I was at this restaurant, and there was this very sweet kid who came to my table, and he picked up Ushank's glass of whiskey and threw it in our plate
Why?
and walked away. So I looked at him, and I was like, and looked at his parents, and I was like, and they didn't say anything. They didn't.
Why did you?
ऐसे ही मतलब हंसी मजाक में. And I was like, why have you ruined my dinner like this? And I spoke about that, and the parents got very defensive that let kids be kids. I said, but this is not about the kids. I'm not saying anything to the kids.
But he was behaving like a complete jerk.
Yeah.
So that became a thing, and I was so surprised. I said, but why is this a thing? Like, will you like it if you go to a restaurant and something like this happens? It was very small things, and I was just very surprised. And I remember that escalating to a point that I'd never thought it would. Honestly, and then like I started getting a lot of hate from a lot of parents and things like that. And for me,
Parents?
yeah, honestly,
What's wrong with these parents?
honestly, for me, the minute hate gets involved, I unsubscribe. Like I'll take a back step because
Yeah.
I've spoken for. I'm like, I don't want to engage in this at all. If you're being hateful, if you're being, if you're not giving me constructive criticism, I'm going to step back.
Why
So
would you want to be abused online?
Yeah.
You can be abused offline all the time. You don't need to come online to be abused. It's
So
ridiculous.
then I remember that for the first, that was when I was like, okay, fine, I'll take a back step. So I deleted that video and things like that. So I'm just saying sometimes, you just want to protect your mental peace over a lot.
So for a personal issue that happened, people went after you, which is actually not even a bad judgment call at all.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do make a bad judgment call. We support CIA movement and other people want to attack you.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like when Silvery wanted to shave, I said, please do it. And we got a lot of hate for that. Because all the girls in Powai were like, no, we like him like this, like a heavy forest. And
Sure.
yeah, I remember that. The words they called us, really. But anyway, that's done.
I remember it like yesterday. Yeah, correct. That totally
But
happened.
although I like sledging, if I'm doing a comedy show, if someone heckles and all, I think that's the best part because then I can do half the show there. I don't have to worry about content. The moment somebody starts heckling you, you can just get into an
Honestly,
interactive.
I don't know who would like I have watched so many of your gigs and I just feel like I'll be the if you're performing live, I don't want to be in the first row.
No. Now people are silvery. Lots of people at these comedy shows like to talk back and all that. It's not like the old days.
Yeah.
You're right. In the 90s when I started, no one would talk. They would not even clap. So you felt like a failure after every show. Everybody's so introverted in India. But now they are silvery. You'll get, especially with drinks and all, up north and all that, you'll get straight first line.
Oh.
Hey, brocha, oh, band kar abhi band karo. Koi aane wale hai. The people actually try to stop the show while you're on stage because their guest hasn't come.
Oh, God.
I've had some great times. Yeah.
Very true.
But this online bullying and all, I know from my other friends who are very popular and all that, it's you become a soft target because you're famous, you're Prajakta, so they can just take shots at you, which is, we got to stop that.
And I honestly don't like engaging with hate no matter what. I just feel like it's so pointless. Every time there's constructive criticism, which I get a lot on a lot of my videos, like a lot of my fan clubs, we have these like groups where they will tell me, I'll see messages where they're like, Pradita, is hafte maza nahi aaya yaar video mein. And that helps me.
That's okay. That's not
It helps
mean.
me grow. Or sometimes when I talk about things and they're like, but I think that you didn't think about us like this. And I was like, okay, fair. You give me something that I can go with.
Yeah.
I can learn with that because we're all learning. Nobody saw the internet becoming something like this. So we're all learning every day, okay, how to be on the internet, off the internet, how to present ourselves. But when it's baseless, I just feel like I don't want to engage. So I'll unsubscribe.
And criticisms, though, we have to accept it because that's all we get. I'm talking about me and Silvery on our show. So criticisms are okay. We don't mind people saying this show was terrible, this was very bad. That's fine. But when they start abusing MCBC and all that, especially with men, it's just, what are you supposed to say? That's why I only abuse once and then go off immediately.
Yeah, you can't engage with this.
Yeah.
Like this is not a conversation.
It's like when you abuse a guy in the car and you drive off. You don't want to actually hear anymore.
Yeah.
You want to say the last word. Like, Teri maa! And then grrrr, and then he's chasing you. Mere mo. Just everybody wants the last word. Yeah, so much frustration out there. Really, this online is a horrible experiment. People just misbehaving because they've got other frustration taken out of Prajakta. It's got nothing to do with you sometimes, honestly.
Yeah, there's so many times, so many times I get a horrible comment. And, I sometimes reply, but I'm like, what? Why?
Yeah.
I didn't come to your house and I didn't force you to sit and watch my video.
Exactly.
Like, why? So many times I reply and they reply saying, oh my God, Pradita, I'm a huge fan. I was just doing this so you would reply to me. And I'm like, you're not a nice person. Don't do this to anyone.
But that's sweet. At least they, apologize in a way or whatever.
But that doesn't make sense. So, गाली देके apologize करने में क्या मतलब?
It's like running over people with a car and then starting
I'm
a
so
NGO.
sorry, but I love your dress.
Anyway, Silvery bhai.
Yep. All right. Next one comes in from Somit Iyer. He says, Cyrus, how are you working out nowadays? Do you have weights at home?
Yeah, so my gym terrace is closed because of the terrace being renovated. So I put everything down in the lobby compound area, which is horrible, really bad, dusty and everything. But I had to put thermocol. Huh?
How big is your house?
No, the building.
Achha.
I can't keep it in the house. I have a rack and a bench and weights and all.
Oh.
So, but I had to put thermocol. Went online, found out things. And this guy, Prasad, who's my dad's helper. My dad's not well, so yes, I have a helper. That guy's really, as usual, these guys with less education have great skills and should really be earning more than me. But don't tell anyone.
Right, Jugadu.
Yeah. So anyway, he came up, he's an engineer. He figured it out. Because my biggest worry is I work out 6 a.m. is the sound. So how to pad the thing for deadlifting and how to pad just putting the thing back on the rack, the bar on the rack, that steel on steel, clink.
Yeah.
That can be very irritating for people who are fast asleep. So I've padded that really nicely with thermocol. In fact, today I used the bench and all that and no sound came. I was very happy. So yeah, this is the experiment of surviving lockdown. This is our Holocaust. I'm so angry with this lockdown. Really.
Okay.
Silvery, let's do something. Let's start a revolution. Now let's just irritate the police. Let's just go walking and saying, party kahan hai, bhai, and all that, Ask them, hum log ek restaurant, ye restaurant ka naam hai, can you show us where it is and that kind of thing. Just ask them stupid questions. There's a wild party in Marine Drive, boss. No, unfortunately not. Yeah. Anyway,
Right.
so what was the question?
How are you working out?
So that's what, so I have to work out down like that. But the thing is that all the Mrs. Parekhs and Mrs. Shahs and all who are waking up slowly at 6:30, 6:40 as I finish my workout, they start looking out of their window. So you're like it's like the Colosseum. You're the Roman warrior in your mind, of course. Actually, you're just another fat, creepy old man in Malabar Hill trying to work out. But yeah,
do people
what
come
to do?
out into the lobby in the morning and then see you working on another? Are they surprised?
My building, nobody wakes up
Yeah.
before 10. My building is
Okay.
perfect. But the 3-4 buildings surrounding would look in, there are 2-3 people who wake up. So now I know who they are because they all have the same habits. You know, we all have habits in the morning.
Yeah.
They come at the same time, stand at the same spot, look down for the same amount of time. You start realizing that people actually have a routine which they don't know about sometimes.
Yeah.
But they do that. Yeah. So what to do? Well,
All right.
I just carry on. Yeah. I wish I had I was 30 under 30. If I had that kind of money, I would have, first if I was 30, that would help a lot. My hair would be back.
You live in Malabar Hill. I think you have.
I live with my parents, Prajakta. I live off my parents. My
I
mom
live
gives
with
me
my
a salary.
Mom gives you salary.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a proper corporation of which I am basically the chai guy. Not much more. Really. Silvery, of course, has become a cook during lockdown, so at least he's grown
All
in
of
stature.
us, bakers, chefs.
Yeah.
नहीं, ये तो zero से hero हो गया. He's a good cook now.
Yeah, quite
Like-
decent at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's tasted blood. He thinks he's great. Now, in fact, his mom doesn't want him in the kitchen because he मैं पकाता है.
The good thing about lockdown is that he only has to eat the food he cooks. No, so it's fine.
That's
No,
true.
no, the whole family is
Whole
giving him good.
family, I'm saying
Yeah.
it doesn't leave the house. So it's okay.
But you've cracked 2-3 dishes, na, Silvery?
Yeah.
Beyond
I had,
pizza and all.
Yeah, I made pizza from scratch, like with the base and the sauce and
Yeah.
everything. I made Shahi Paneer. I made excellent, I should say,
Listen,
great dal makhni.
I make a mean palak paneer.
Hey, awesome. That's great. Palak paneer,
But,
to get the
but
bitterness
without
out is
help.
very difficult.
Yeah, I made it last night. It's too good
On your own,
Yeah.
Prajakta, without help?
without help. I can cook everything. मुझे सिर्फ रोटियां बनाना नहीं आता.
Why?
पता
Why so lazy?
भाकरी and roti I can't make. Other than that, I can make everything.
It's an overrated concept, roti anyway. I think we should undereat that. I like puri better. If you're going to suffer,
I
if you're
love
going
puri.
to not worry about calories, then eat puris. They taste
Yeah.
so much better.
I don't
It's
like
just-
it.
I love
You don't like
puri.
puris?
No, I don't.
Silvery.
I like bhatura.
Let's
but I
start.
But
let's
with
start-
chole, you don't like puri with chole or like bhatura?
I
Okay.
like bhatura.
Okay,
but
That's a hybrid. That's like a hybrid.
yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
puri only, I guess.
It's
Yeah.
unhealthier. No bhatura and maida.
Forget healthy now. Healthy's gone out of the window. Once we say the word puri, there's no healthy.
I'm saying it's unhealthier. Bhatura is more unhealthy.
Is it?
Puri
Well,
is meat.
Maida and
Spice.
atta.
And bhatura is maida.
Yeah.
Pure.
Pure.
Wow. Excellent. I don't think we should think about this. You must only think about this when you're very hungry and there's no food available. When you're eating, why do people think about all these things, really? You spoil the little fun you have in life.
Yeah, I honestly, even I work out only so that I don't have to think about these things.
Listen, you're young. You don't have to worry about anything now. You have to worry about it in your 40s and 50s.
But now, I work out anyways. That is one thing.
That's good.
I'm never in a space like, oh, I don't eat this or I don't eat that.
So where do you work out in the lockdown? At home?
Or in my room on my yoga mat. I can't work out. I don't like working out with weights.
Okay, but you have a full routine you can do in
Yeah.
the home.
Yeah.
And you don't get bored being alone?
I told you, no, I like this. I'm a full
She's
homebody.
quite weird, huh, Silvery?
She's mostly St. Cyrus.
Yeah.
I like
yeah.
sitting at home by myself working.
You see, when
out.
people start saying things on second lockdown, actually I'm used to it, I quite enjoy it. I start getting really worried. You know, honestly, it's almost like they don't
I've
want
always
social.
been like that. Like,
Where's your boyfriend?
he's at his house.
You can't meet now.
I mean, we've not met for the last 2-3 weeks. But we can meet, I think.
You'll have to research.
Also, our building has become a micro containment
Ah.
zone, so nobody's allowed in. So till this nightmare is over, I don't think.
So 15 days go there straight away.
Yeah.
God, really.
So let's.
Anyway, just bad news after bad news. I want to just run away. But now England, and the bad news is in the papers and electronic media, you're seeing now England is partying. They've opened up everything. The pubs open, the cafes are open. People are running around, enjoying the parks. And
Didn't they have the UK strain? They sent it to us and now they're partying.
correct. But today, this weekend onwards, he's opened everything. Boris Johnson.
Oh.
Really?
So we are shut.
Oh.
He's open. So it's like Mumbai down, London out, London up. So that's worse now that you're now in the country getting more and more, and Europe is slowly opening up where they suffered last 2 months.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Silvery, do you want to go to London with our show?
Let's do it. What? Oh, you mean over the internet? Because we are in London right now. We can easily be.
That's true.
Yeah.
You had to spoil the old man's dream. Okay, next one.
All right. Next one comes in from.
Projekta started eating lunch. Hurry up.
Okay. Next one comes in.
No, sweet potato.
Is that because we discussed the chole bhatura and all that, and then you had decided I need to eat?
Baba just came in with a plate of sweet potato. I was like, why not?
Not to be punny, but how sweet. See, daddies always look after their little girls. She's gone 1 hour without eating. Sweet potato came into frame. And it's, by the way, one of the healthiest things.
I
In a
love
bodybuilding diet, sweet potato is right on top. It's
and
good
if
in
you
every way.
want to, for the sake of it, make it unhealthy, deep fried. Make sweet
That's us
potato
Indians.
fried.
We will take the healthiest option and make it unhealthy. We've done that for years. Yeah.
Fun only.
Okay.
Sorry.
Next one comes in from Akriti Arora. She says, Prajakta, how was it like working with the national crush of India, Rohit Saraf?
Too much fun. I mean, I remember the first time I met him, I had not seen any of his work. And I was very intimidated by him because I'm overall only very nervous at auditions and, screen tests and things like that because it's out of my universe. I've never done that as much. So I remember I'd gone for the screen test with him. And he walks in and he's so confident and he's a beautiful boy. He walks in and I'm looking at him and I'm like, I'm really hoping this is not him, and I'm really hoping this is not him. I go in and he's like, hi. I said, hi, I'm Prajakta. He's like, hi, I'm Rohit. And I was like, oh boy, okay. And he knew what he was doing. So I was very, very intimidated. I said, hey, I really hope we get along. And we did. And he's one of my favorite people right now. He's super, super sweet. It was a lot of fun working with him. And I can't wait to start shooting again.
Now, obviously, you don't ask me who Rohit Saraf is, huh?
Who's Rohit Saraf, Cyrus?
I have no idea. I'm just like, I'm not part of the conversation anymore.
Did you watch Mismatched or did you hear about Mismatched, my Netflix show?
No.
That's okay. So Rohit and I are in Mismatched together.
No, but what made him the heartthrob of India?
Because he's just an amazing actor and he is like very crushy. You look at him, you have a crush on him.
Let me ask, Silvery, is he very crushy in your humble opinion?
I'm sorry, I don't know who Rohit Saraf is.
Guys, come on. What are you doing?
Crushed. He crushed our dreams.
Not
sorry. So sorry.
Can we put a picture of Rohit Saraf up?
Yeah, sure.
So we know whether he's really that good looking?
Yeah.
As Prajakta is saying, and this guy who asked the question is saying.
There's a picture of Rohit Saraf.
There you go.
He looks like he's never done manual labor in his life. Looks like he's got like 17 servants at home. And he's actually not even moved the remote control on his own. It's like that.
He is an amazing person. Very hardworking, very talented.
Wow. I'm in love.
Exactly.
Chalo, one more, last one.
All right, yes, sure. Harvesh, this is Kashin Shetty says, AME, hi Prajakta, any message for Akash? I'm shooting with him in Delhi. I'll pass it on.
What?
Another crush.
What are the odds?
Akash was the showrunner and director for my Netflix show Mismatch. Mithila Palkar, who's again a very, very close friend, she's done Karwa with him. She's done a lot of theatre with him. So I'd always heard a lot about him even before I met him because Mith is very close to him. Then I got the opportunity of actually working with him, shooting with him. And he's one of my favorite people to work with. Also, we got so close. Oh my God, I miss him so much. Just go give him one puppy for me with a mask on though.
I don't know if I'm qualified for this kind of work. Silvery, will you be able to give him a puppy with a mask on?
I'm telling you, Kashin.
Oh,
Yeah,
Kashin. Okay. Kashin's got his work cut out for him. Yes.
Kashin, what is his handle? Is it Kashin Baba?
It's Kashin. Yeah, correct. Kashin Baba. That's his name.
Oh, Kashin is also an amazing actor. I watched this play that Akash has done with Kashin, that Kashin's in. It's called.
Kashin's one of our regulars, and now you're telling me he's a celebrity.
Oh,
Silvery,
yeah,
do
I
some
know.
research.
He's a wonderful actor. Kashin was in What Planet Are You On? And I love that play. If they're ever performing at Prithvi, you should go check it out. It's an amazing play.
Come on, we need to get Kashin on the show. He's a big star.
Yeah, now we have to.
I
Exactly.
loved watching him perform, and I'm so glad. Oh yeah, I saw him.
We thought he's one guy with no work because he writes to us every day. So we were thinking we'll help him in his life.
We all to accept that you have fans.
No, but now he's not a fan. He's a guy with a certain amount of fame and following. So that makes
He's a
him
wonderful actor.
wonderful actor. Has he done any erotic thrillers, which is my genre?
my genre, so I wouldn't know.
Okay. I'm still the king there, Silvery. See that?
No,
Okay.
he hasn't.
He wrote that.
No. That's also my genre. That's how I know.
That's true. We rule that on our own.
Yeah, correct. I'm doing all the research. Okay, this last question comes in from Harvesh Kasad. It says, "Hello, Prajakta. After this hotel incident, did you ever think of doing a parenting video?"
I can't know. I'm not a parent. So that's what I'm saying. I can never put myself in a place where I tell people what to do, what not to do. Even when I did that restaurant thing, I did it in good humor. It was a reel that I put up on my, I didn't do a very you guys should know how to handle. I didn't do that. I did it in good humor on my reels because I feel like I'm not a parent. So I don't think I can tell parents what to do, what not to do. This was and I got a lot of comments saying exactly this happened to me before. And it's a very relatable thing that we as people, parent or no parent, go through. So I don't think I ever want to make a video on that. Also, I'm a little bit, I'm like, okay, no, I'll stay away from this right now.
Why did he throw the whiskey into the bowl? I still don't get that. He's trying to be funny.
Was that a joke on one of your videos or something that he was playing?
No, I don't think the kid knew us at all. It was just,
So like a bet amongst themselves ki, oh, she's famous, go and do something.
He was very young. The kid was very young. And honestly, I looked at the parents and I'm like, guys, he's done this. And they just yelled his name out saying, Kabir. That's it. And then they went back to eating. And Vishak and I were like, our dinner's ruined. And all you had to say was Kabir.
Oh, he was just an obnoxious kid who came and just played with the glass.
I was like, I don't have a problem with the kid because the kid is a kid. Maybe the kid didn't know better. I said, but why are the parents not saying anything?
Yeah, correct. And whiskey is expensive. You can't just waste whiskey like that.
Yeah. Vishak was very annoyed. Like my drink.
In fact, what is that famous line? Dost ke liye maine whiskey mangaya. Bombay se aaya mera dost. Sorry.
The parents could have at least bought you a refill, right? Of your drink.
Buy us also anything. We didn't have that expectation. Also.
They should have got up and slapped the kid twice.
No.
And then she should have said, okay, it's okay, don't hit him. They should have slaughtered the kid, kicked him in the face, stepped on his head, buried him down on the floor, and then knelt on his chest like WWE videos, and just kept on pummeling him until Prajakta said, okay, stop, it's not that bad. No. That would have been the nice ending.
All we were expecting was for them to at least have an apology. Okay, we're sorry about that. And that's it. Yeah. We don't want you to buy us drinks or we don't want you to do anything or say anything to your kid. All we got was Kabir and Kabir.
Yeah, and there's disrespect to whiskey without which you don't produce kids sometimes.
And spring roll.
Spring roll wasted. This is too much. This is a slap on China's face. I will not stand for this. This is a foreign issue now. We've got a big issue here. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of big issues, now I have to walk dogs. So may I be dismissed?
You have dogs?
I have. Peter's fast asleep here. I don't know if you can see him.
What's his name?
Peter. Somebody wants to say hi. Peter's a Saluki.
Hey, buddy.
And Mary's upstairs. I'll have to go and get her.
You have upstairs. So you do have a big house.
I have. Boss, I live with 9 people. You have no idea. It's very painful. We all have name tags, so we don't forget.
In Mumbai, if you have upstairs and downstairs and my gym equipment is here and my
gym, it's a basic bench with a rack and weights and a barbell. That's it. It's the most basic gym you'll ever find. And of course, when I put it up together, all the residents said they'll come and use it. Nobody came. They all want their machines and their bands and all that. And this is just a hardcore proper gym. So unless you enter into weight training, you're not going to come. I knew that. What can I do?
But you do look a little slim though.
I'll let it go, Prajakta. You've been very nice to me throughout the entire video. So I'll just leave that be. In cricketing terms, it's the one that goes, outside the off stump. We just let the ball go to the keeper.
Someone who does not do weights at all. I have a lot of audacity.
It's just that Kaniz has trained you well. Kaniz has trained you well for the kryptonite. To get at me. Yeah. That's because I've troubled them so much that if they can get anything on me, they just go, berserk. You have no idea how much sledging we've done over the years. Anyway, okay. Bye, Prajakta, and bye, Silvery.
Bye.
I'm off.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you. We need you. Send us your questions on Twitter on Cyrus Says In. Or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
I hope you enjoyed that show. If you aren't following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We'd like to thank our sponsors on the network this week, Siet Tires and thewholetruthfoods.com. So, this week on Advertising is Dead, Varun was joined by Mansi Zaveri. She shares her experience of running a community for parents of young kids and teenagers and of hosting a podcast along the same lines. Gauri Devidayal was joined by Divya Thani on This Round Is On Me. Divya works as a global editorial director with Condé Nast Traveler. They discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly of a travel writer's job. On Candid Kanan, Sid is in conversation with Adarsh Gaurav, who recently scored a BAFTA nomination for his role in the Netflix adaptation of The White Tiger. They talk about his role in the show, life pre- and post-stardom, and so much more. On Agla Station Adulthood, Ritash and Aichi talk about the precious time and opportunities lost to the lockdown and share their post-COVID wish list. When it comes to cricket this season, we have you covered. In English, we have Edges and Sledges, which do their show live on YouTube. Look for announcements over there. And for our Hindi listeners, we have Khel Neeti, hosted by Rajiv Mishra and ex-Indian cricketer Sabah Kareem. This show is live streamed on YouTube every day at 9:15. Definitely do check these out and hope to see you again next week.
From uncensored and unfiltered chats with the who's who of the entertainment industry, I, Siddharth Kannan, bring your very heartcake chat show called Candid Kannan. Tune in every Friday on the IVM Podcast app or wherever you get your podcasts.